Early morning New York City. The streets are already alive, taxis rushing through intersections, office workers pouring out of subway stations, steel towers rising into the sky like monuments to ambition. Every building here tells a story, but some buildings tell bigger stories than others. Stories about power, stories about risk, stories about people who looked at empty land and imagined something the rest of the world could not yet see. Decades ago, in this very city, a young real estate developer walked through neighborhoods that most investors ignored. Old buildings, struggling districts, places many wealthy developers saw and avoided. But he saw something different. What he saw was opportunity. That developer was Donald Trump. Most people think real estate is about buying a house, or maybe renting an apartment, or flipping a property for profit. But commercial real estate operates in a different universe. Because commercial buildings are not just places where people live. They are places where business happens. Offices, hotels, shopping centers, conference halls, restaurants. Each one becomes a hub of economic activity, and every time business flows through a building, and money flows with it. That's the moment real estate transforms from property into an economic engine. One of the most important skills in real estate is vision. Not vision for what exists today, but vision for what could exist tomorrow. Many successful developers made their biggest moves in places other investors avoided. Neighborhoods that looked neglected, buildings that seemed outdated, and in districts people believed had no future. But smart investors ask a different question. They do not ask questions like, why is this place struggling? Instead, they ask questions like, what will this place become if the right development happens? That shift in thinking has created some of the most valuable real estate projects in history today. Imagine two properties, a house rented to one family, and a hotel with 300 rooms. One generates income from a single tenant, while the other generates income from hundreds of guests every month, every week, and some every day. Now imagine that hotel also contains restaurants, conference halls, retail shops, and event spaces. Suddenly one building becomes an ecosystem of economic activity. This is why commercial real estate can grow so powerful. And the more people who interact with a property, the greater the financial potential of that property. Here is something fascinating about real estate. Two buildings can be identical, same structure, same location, same size. But the truth is that one can be worth dramatically more than the other. But why? This is a strategy known as branding. A building with a strong identity attracts more attention. Attention attracts customers. Customers attract businesses. Businesses attract investors. And as you can see, this chain reaction increases demand, and demand drives property value. Branding transforms buildings into destinations. Whether you are buying lands, building rental properties, or investing in commercial developments, the lesson is simple. Real estate wealth does not come from owning buildings. It comes from understanding how buildings create value for people. When a property becomes useful, convenient, and important to daily life, its value naturally increases. And that is the difference between ordinary property and extraordinary real estate. The greatest mistake most investors make is waiting too long to start. Land values rise every second. Construction costs increase. Opportunities favor action. If you want to move from land ownership to having an asset in real estate which produces a lifetime of cash inflow, start planning today. Subscribe to this channel as we offer practical development strategies designed to help you build profitable housing projects step by step. Your future development begins with one decision.